Okay, so forget everything you think you know about charging an electric car, because in China, which is the world's biggest market for EVs, a massive revolution is happening, and it has nothing to do with bigger batteries or faster chargers. No, it's about completely rethinking how we refuel. Welcome to the age of the battery swap.
So, let's just cut right to the heart of it with a simple question. If you're driving a commercial electric truck, would you rather wait 8 hours to recharge it or just 5 minutes? Now, the answer seems like a no-brainer, right? But the implications of that choice? Well, that's what's powering this whole revolution.
I mean, what's so wild here is just how huge this difference is. We're not talking about a small improvement. 8 hours is an entire work shift. That's a truck that's just sitting there, off the road. 5 minutes? That's barely a coffee break. For the logistics world, where literally every minute of downtime is lost money, this isn't just an upgrade, it's a complete game changer.
Yeah, that 8-hour wait is a massive problem, and it goes way beyond just being an inconvenience. There are some serious hidden costs that have actually slowed down the switch to electric for a lot of businesses. So let's break those down.
So what is the real cost of charging? Well, it's kind of like a domino effect. For shipping companies, it means trucks are just parked instead of out there earning money. For public transport, it's been a total disaster in some cases. We're talking about entire fleets of electric buses with batteries that wore out so fast, they had to switch them back to gasoline. But beyond the spreadsheets and balance sheets, there's a very real human cost to all this.
And this really shows you that personal impact perfectly. To save money on electricity, ride-hailing drivers have to charge their cars in the middle of the night, when the rates are cheapest. Just imagine that. You work a long day, and then you have to spend your night just waiting for a car to charge. It's awful for their health and really shows how unsustainable the old way of charging can be.
But what if you could just get rid of that whole problem? Well, that's exactly where China's 5-minute solution comes in. So let's look at the technology that's making it all happen. Battery swapping.
So, what is battery swapping? If you're not familiar, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Instead of plugging in and waiting around, you pull into a station and an automated system just seamlessly takes out your old, drained battery and replaces it with a fully charged one in just a few minutes. The whole process is incredibly simple and fast. You just drive in, the car gets into position, and then robots do all the work. The whole thing takes about the same time as filling a tank of gas. You don't even have to get out of the car. You show up with an empty battery and just drive away a few moments later with a full one.
So who's making all this happen? Well, while there are a few companies in this space, one name is totally dominant. Let's talk about NIO. That's N-I-O, pronounced NIO. They are the undisputed king of battery swap.
A huge piece of NIO's success is its Onvo L60 model. It's an affordable alternative to its competitors, but its killer feature isn't something inside the car. It's the access you get to NIO's huge battery swap network.
And this brings it right back to the real world. When you ask ride-hailing drivers why they pick this car, the answer is always the same thing: battery swap. It saves them time, which makes them more money. It's just the perfect vehicle for their job, and it solves both the money problems and the health problems we saw earlier.
But this story is so much bigger than just one company. Sure, NIO is the main player, but what they've done is prove the concept works. And now, an entire ecosystem is starting to grow around this technology.
And we're starting to see different strategies play out. While NIO is focused on its premium brand for the high-end, family market, you've got other companies like CHL and JD.com jumping in to target the more affordable, mass market side of things. This kind of competition is what really helps make the technology go mainstream.
So what does it actually take to make one of these swap networks successful? Well, it really comes down to two things. First, you absolutely need a huge base of customers. Another company, Rising Auto, tried this and failed because their stations were just always empty. Second, it takes a ton of investment. NIO is now getting funding from private equity, and this is the really crucial part, from the state grid itself. That's a huge signal that this isn't just seen as a business venture anymore, it's being treated like critical national infrastructure. All of this really leads to a fascinating question about what comes next. As this whole ecosystem matures and grows, you gotta wonder, is a swappable future for EVs basically inevitable at this point? So, is the future swappable? In China, the answer seems to be a huge yes. Battery swapping is quickly moving from being a niche feature to the new standard, not just for premium cars, but for mass market cars, for taxi fleets, and for commercial trucks. It's becoming the new normal across the board.
And that leaves us with one last huge question.
For years, the global conversation around electric vehicles has been stuck on range anxiety and charge times. As China proves this model works at an incredible scale, the real question is this: is battery swapping the elegant 5-minute solution that finally unlocks EV adoption for the entire world?